It's time for Power Hour.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the earlier stream. Wow, man, these markets are crazy. Absolutely crazy. We had the job revisions that were, it was telegraphed by Besant this weekend. He said it was going to be like an 800,000 job revision, and it ended up being 911,000, largest revision literally ever. So we're talking 2.4 million jobs were fakely reported from the previous administration at this point. 2.4 million. Crazy. So there wasn't much movement. I guess like the movement might have been on gold that spiked to an all-time high, and then it dumped from there, and now it's kind of flat on the day. The S&P pulled back, infinitesimally. It was barely even a blip, and now it's doing fine. You got Googl at all-time highs. This is the chart we're starting the stream with because it is the king, man. Just Jesus chimes from the humble beginnings of 170, now 239, about to be at 240. We've not seen 240 yet. 239.95 is the all-time high right now, and it is now the second. Can you believe it, man? It was underperforming Nvidia, Microsoft horridly. Meta, it was underperforming Meta horridly. It was even underperforming Amazon for a while, and now it is literally the second best performer of the Mag 7 in terms of Fibonacci extensions. Okay, we're talking about each respective chart anchoring the Fibonacci the exact same way from their highest peaks before that correction early in the year Q1 to the bottom, right? To get those Fib extensions, this is the only. So Nvidia topped out at the 1414. Now Googl is breaking its 1414. The only 1618 Fib extension of the Mag 7 was Microsoft, and it has been cooling off since hitting that golden mean ratio 1618. So rejoice in this continuous pump after a breakaway gap by the book. This gap will not be filling anytime soon. It's just like Microsoft in May. Okay. There you go. Oh, yeah. More data. Dude, it will be coming out. We'll know about it. Anyway, let the jobs number keep dumping as long as it's government jobs. The smaller the government, the better, dude. Because the larger government gets, the more it needs to preserve itself. Therefore, it needs to grow more. Therefore, it taxes more. It censors more. It tries to grab more power. It just becomes its own entity. And you can see what's happened in Europe. So we want less government jobs. Okay, anyway, hype in the chat for Googl. Killing it, man. We can, we might as well just, we want to look at Bitcoin. I'll show you how disappointing it was. Last night we were almost there. We were going to do it. We were going to be kings, man. We were. But then, nay, it was pretty much the jobs report. Like, how in the world is the S&P unaffected by that fraudulent, jobs report revisions, and then crypto reacts to it more violently as we hit the neckline of that potential inverse head and shoulders, too much supply at a sell wall. So the sell wall remains intact as you dumped, and now as we were up on the day, we're now down. But the good news, I guess, on the bottom side, we're not making lower lows yet. Just cannot make a higher high to save our lives. We haven't seen a higher high on Bitcoin really since all-time highs, and that was mid-August. So we're coming up on a month of only lower highs or same highs. And that's where we're at. That's your Bitcoin update. Trying to recover a little bit. Man, like if Bitcoin could just not do this, the opportunity for altcoins to really shine, you'd have a better chance, but just difficult, man. Like, I'll show you. All right, let's look at the daily on Bitcoin real quick. Again, below 112. I'm not really happy. I want us to be above 112 for real and hold above 112 like we saw in early August. But they're just struggling so much here. So maybe it's just like, oh, indecision. Maybe tomorrow we get a candle and we close above it and it's real. But we haven't had any sort of real breakout yet. You can still see that inverse head and shoulders momentum shifting structure at all these key zones. That's really cool on the bottom side. But it's now like if the bottom side you have favorable price action correlation, it is now time for the top side to be favorable, which is higher highs, which is breaking key levels and sustaining prices above them for greater than a few hours, which is all that's been happening on Bitcoin. So, yep. You can't get excited when this is going on. I'll get excited when we're breaking 112 and it's real and we're heading to 117. All right, so there's your Bitcoin. I'll look at Ethereum real quick. Let's get through these cryptos because there's just not much to talk about in terms of, I mean, Solana, there is something to talk about, XRP a little bit, but Ethereum here, man, there's nothing that's changed from yesterday, right? We have an intact uptrend. The uptrend cannot be put in jeopardy or be lost until we can say lower highs, lower lows consecutively. Well, your most recent discernible event was the highest high of the uptrend. So, and now, for now, until this resolves, they might be putting in the highest low of the uptrend. But the crappy thing about the potential higher low, highest low of uptrend is just extremely unfavorable price action correlation to a very, very real swing high, old all-time high back from May of 2021, $4,384. I'm just going to reiterate. I have to reiterate these analysis, right? If 24 hours goes by, that's just not enough time for big things to happen. So I just keep emphasizing these levels that Ethereum market participants are trading below after failing, like rejected again today, rejected yesterday, rejected. I mean, virtually there has been no real favorable price action above that level since we really broke it with the bearish engulfing candle August 29th. That bearish engulfing candle still, by the way, is very active, and so is this September 4th bearish engulfing candle. Both of these are active, valid Japanese candlestick reversals. So until we're capturing, that candle open of it, 44.58 or 45.21, you got bearish engulfing candles. They just haven't caught follow through yet, but maybe it's a delayed response. So if someone wanted to be short, it's not the best short because you're kind of counter trend trading, but you're a price action, you're a levels guy. I don't think there'd be, I could understand why somebody might have a short below 43.84 with a strategic stop somewhere, maybe, at 4,500 or something. Maybe even a little tighter if you want to do that. But until we're recapturing 43.84, we got good downside to 39.50. You just do. So I hope we break 43.84 at some point. We moon. But you saw any positive movement, any good movement on Bitcoin or these alts, Ethereum hasn't been getting it at all. Something's going on. Very weak lately. It hasn't been. It was awesome up until August 25th, and something changed in the month of September where the bulls for Ethereum have just not been here really like they had been for a while. So Lamb, what's up, Horta, man? Oh, G-Dogs, we got some Kangs in here, dude. Lino's in here, Jonathan, what's up? Christopher, Ted, Troy, J-Fish, Bitcoin's Kang, what's up, dude? Christopher K, Mike S, good to see y'all on this Tuesday. It's nothing crazy, but I think it's crazy for people who own Google. I think it's crazy for maybe some Amazon bros. Apple, not so much. I guess we'll just get through the rest of these cryptos kind of fast. Let's go to XRP, flat today, but after yesterday it was phenomenal. Like the descending triangle. They recaptured the bottom part of it. They reconfirmed it as support, and then a bullish engulfing candle caught follow through. That follow through candle was a break of the supply line of the descending triangle. Today, just a bunch of indecision, which is fine. Let's engulf tomorrow. fine, no problem. Even if you came back down to 290 for a formal back test, still fine, still broken out. So this one's a little bit nicer, but this one had been getting like, you know, this one had been bad for a longer, right? It was like hitting all-time highs in mid-July on like Ethereum.
More primed government contract hype.
Really? 3D printing government things?
Is that a joint?
Definitely a joint, dude. Thank you. Triple D is a trade setup. I know it's been all over the place. It's up, but my God, volatile for sure. So yeah, XRP had been like leading early for its fresh all-time highs while everything lagged, and maybe same thing where like it's now starting to run early before other assets. You know, I don't know. It's just weird because Ethereum, everything ran after, while XRP had been doing bad. Ethereum was making all-time highs. Solana not doing much while Ethereum was making all-time highs, but now Solana's starting to wake up. So it's just XRP and Solana looking pretty good. BNB obviously is the best in the world, including better than Bitcoin right now. So you break $3, you might have to worry about 309, this previous discernible swing high on the daily from late August, but $3, 309, breaking that easy, 336, 340. So nice stuff, man. BNB's all right. XRP's okay. See BNB, you know, breaking above 860, you're good. You're solid above that. Couple days indecision, no problem. Maybe if they come back test 861, you're fine. Anything above 861 is solid on BNB, and that's it. Just a couple percentage points away from all-time highs, unlike any other crypto in the world. It's amazing. It's the king. It's the best. Right? If you were to get overbought in this uptrend, you're talking nearly $1,000. It's just like all that, you know, the XABCD stuff, you know, the XABC. I guess not enough exhaustion. These CZs keeping it propped up. Below 860, you might have an argument for way lower, or at least to 793. But until that 861 level breaks, you are golden. Okay. Solana up 1%. Okay, so really breaking out of the wedge, kind of, right? Like 1 and 2 and kind of 3 here, 4. They confirmed a candle close breakout yesterday at close. All right, you can see slightly broken, closed above it. Today, after the breakout, a formal back test of the old supply line, potentially as a demand line now. But the problem or issue that we had on this one was just above the breakout point is this other level, 216. 216 goes back. Remember, it's like Ethereum's 4384. Same type of thing, right? Same type of major reversal point. September 2021, not May 2021. So 216, that level is acting as a steel wall, but we're trading above it right now. And to break this for real, consequences equal pretty much to, you'd be targeting for 260. Because that would be, there's not much here, but also the size of this structure's measured move equals 260. So that's X marks the spot if this is going to be a real breakout. We don't know. We don't act like we know. We're just telling you the levels. And to break this for real, 259.90, okay? Good trend. You're uptrending. You've been uptrending, okay? Higher highs, higher lows consecutively. I hope it's not a fake out. I hope it's not a whipsaw. We're screwed. We're going to 160. I hope this is real. So everyone just have your alerts set up. Mine were going off last night. I was pinging y'all on it. It was doing things. It hit the highest level since early February, just like what Amazon's doing today. So we got a real shot here of doing some special things, maybe on this one, where, remember, of the big 5, this was the only one to not recently make all-time highs in the past few months. It made an all-time high in January, but I'm talking about, you know, July, summertime, all-time high. Bitcoin did it. Ethereum did it. BNB did it. XRP did it. They all did it, not Solana. So this one maybe playing catch up. You think about Googl was lagging behind the others, and now it's a leader. Okay. Here, cryptos, knocking them out for you real quick. Okay, let's look at this S&P 500, the SPY there. Dude, It's so too strong. Too strong to be denied. You understand in 37 minutes, if all stays the same or higher on the S&P 500 ETF right here, it would be the highest daily candle close in human history. Still contained within this upsloping price contraction. It is absurd. Feels like the 1990s are going hardcore right now. Okay, gold has just gone, technically, it's flat on the day now. Up nothing. But it was at an all-time high. Wow. Okay, I guess if Amazon's going to make all-time highs, go to price discovery, if Google's going to continue its ascent, if Meta, I think Meta is probably kind of becoming the one right now where someone, hey, it's later in the game, but it's risk management-wise, Meta by Tesla, yeah, we know Tesla, that's been one, but we're not even really considering Tesla the same category as the Mag 6 in revenue. A lot of ways, it's just not the same. So if you care about the majors, Meta actually has decent reward to risk right here above its old all-time high. And we'll look at that in a second. But if that goes on a run, this is how we break and resolve upward. This is how we go to a 1414 at 670, 667 up here. There's a lot of upside in the uptrend that you're still in. So super strong, man. It's hard calling tops. Even if you identify a rising wedge, still can't act like you know that it's going to break down. Okay. Dow Jones Industrial Average. Guess what? There we go. See, getting a little like, what's going on, on the 5th? We did all the beautiful good things we need to do to go into price discovery. And we're waiting. And guess what? 35 minutes, we'll have a fresh record close on the Dow Jones, just like the S&P 500. Number freaking go up, chat. Gosh dang it, man. This effing computer. Supercomputer, but it doesn't matter. And I look like an idiot. Okay, cool. Sorry. Yeah, mouth's open. Yeah, we're mouth breathing on stream. Okay, so power hour. Great stuff. The NASDAQ trying to play some catch up. And guess what? Near highs of day right now, as I'm speaking to you. This is crazy, man. Absurdity. Google, all-time highs as I'm speaking to you. Meta, highs of day. Nvidia, I think highs of day. Amazon near highs of day. Not quite, but a little off, but spectacular. Chat, we have... We are not, if they give us a good 25 minutes, we might have a fresh intraday all-time high on the NASDAQ too. So you were talking about 3 of the 4 index funds gunning for record closes today. Bye-bye fiat purchasing power. It's collapsing in your bank account. Get wrecked, dude. We're going to look at all these Mag 7s too because they're driving the market. Yeah, IWM's down 0.65%. Well, yesterday was a definite hanging man. Today you're catching a confirmation candle of the hanging man. And you are back within the channel's parameters. So if that is real, then you might be going down next more. You might be going to test 234, 230, maybe the heart line of the channel. It's just there. So I don't know. Just not having a good day like the rest. Will not have a record close until we're breaking above $244, $245. So you're off that. At least the worst performing of the 4, that's tradition. No big deal, whatever. Okay, it is the big boys today, not the small caps. Small caps will probably have their day too when Google's not smashing through $240 freaking dollars right now. Amazing, dude. Anyone happy? I am. All right, let's do gold real quick. That was doing things. All-time high. Dude, we got to do short-term Jesus chimes. Formally hit the 1414. First time we've seen, high to low. That's it. And just now flat. Who cares? What, a pullback? Give me a pullback. It doesn't matter. This thing's so strong. You will probably see 37, 34 in the next month or two. They could take this thing all the way back down to like 3,500
brother,
and it'd still be
could you
fine.
take a look at full rust via Coinbase on the daily time frame? Is that a spring back test confirmation? Thanks.
Rod Daddy, thanks so much, dude, for the 20 first contribution, or the first request of the stream. Thank you, dude. Yeah, we'll look at Flare, XRP or Ripple's token or something. Yeah, dude, we'll look at it. Much love. My spring back test. All right, that's gold. Amazing. But again, it was affected by that jobs number. Weird. Silver just down today, just elevated, you know, wondering if this is a whipsaw. I mean, if they fall back inside of this channel, we could be a long way down to 38 and you're still making your highest low in 14 plus years. It's all good, man, just looking at it. So, okay, let's do the Mag 7s. All right, we looked at Googl. Let me just show you again because it's at an all-time high. It's so spectacular, dude. It looks like 1618's coming, doesn't it? Price discovery. There's nothing here. Breakaway gap. High volume. See you at 250. And guess what 248 is, 250? The fourth target of the trade setup, posted June 26th. You gotta love it, man. All right, Meta. This is the one that I think, you know, I like Tesla on the weekly and all that, but we're talking about the big ones, the relevant ones in that AI space. Anything above 740 is golden for, I think, 850. I think, like, if you stay above 740 or even go to like 738 to fill the gap, I think you're still okay. That's like, you could go down to these levels and still be fine. But as long as they stay above this level, given enough time, 811, 850, right? Meta never even saw its 1272. Remember where Googl is right now, same Fibonacci extensions. Googl is on its way to the 1618. Meta never even saw the first of the Fib extensions. So I think 811 on deck. 811, 850. And then, you know, you probably overbought in this uptrend. You know, this is a nice little channel. So hitting 850, hitting the supply line of the channel at the same time, great level for maybe a pullback or something. But that's a lot of upside, man. So pay attention to this one, Zuckerberg, right? They've been retracing it. You hit an all-time high August 13th. And then, you know, you've been pulling back since September 2nd. That was a little, what, No, my God, that was a 10% pullback, man. That's a nice little pullback in an uptrend. You go from overbought to oversold, and now you're back above the old all-time high, and you're back in the channel on the bottom side of it. That's good upside potential. That's what I'm saying. Like, if it doesn't, you don't fall below the gap fill at 738. It's 850 eventually. So just keep that in mind. This is a good one right here. Nvidia catching some bids to close the day. It's still there. I mean, yesterday was still awful. Like, I mean, they back tested the level as resistance, but you're catching some bids today. And look, you haven't tested it, but 170, to break 170, there's good upside. Like, if you really, like, we were kind of like, this is interesting. On September 4th, you recapture the level with the candle close. Oh, and they gapped it down the next day. But why it was interesting is because, like, there's just nothing here. Like, if you recapture that level and it's real and they hold it and there's follow through, the target is literally 183, the top of the rectangle again. So all we can do is hope that this is just a false bearish breakdown of a consolidation structure, and the consequences of the false bearish breakdown would be just recapturing the level, the range, and running to the top again. So just very big deal. 170 is virtually everything on this chart right now, okay? So we'll be keeping an eye on that. And there are unfilled gaps, certainly. Like 174 and 180 are unfilled gaps. So those would be targets if buyers ever did recapture 171. All right? Amazon doing things, man. Highest level since February 6th. They filled the gap, man. It was unfilled for most of the year, and today, officially, the gap completely filled at the highs.
Hype in the chat!
All right, next on deck would just be all-time highs. I'm testing. There it is, 242 and change up there. That's it. There's nothing else here. That would be where it would run to probably at this point. Up 1%. Mild day, but one of your highest levels ever. Going for like your third highest daily candle close ever, if all stayed the same or higher. If things got nuts in the next 26 minutes, could be like your second highest daily candle close ever. Just depends. But this is great, man. Amazon taking the torch from Amazon and Google are taking the torch from Microsoft and Nvidia, the rotation from a couple megas into other megas. Jeez, man, crazy day. Microsoft, wow, lows of day right now. It's only down 0.02% flat on the day, but this is the lowest point we've seen of the day. So, yeah, you'll probably continue to see, if like the sell-off continues, the money is just rotating from Microsoft and going into Google, going into Amazon, going into Meta. It was too high, too fast. It was absurd. It was comical, that earnings report on July 31st. It was insane. So a correction needed. That below 500 psychological level, kind of a very real manufactured level. It's not very strong. Below 500, you can't want to own this. Like Meta, we talked about the line in the sand. Below that 740 level, probably don't want to own it because there's a lot of downside potential. It's the same thing here. You don't want to own below 500. You're at 498 right now. I mean, there's nothing really here till like 467. So no structure, no way to manage risk, huge premiums, just not much. Okay. So Tesla, it's up, man. Still just waiting on it to do something. You know, it gapped up, and you figured, man, maybe it's going to fill the gap today, tomorrow, the next day. You think like that's Tesla nature. They filled all the gaps. All these gaps get filled, man. So you're just like, why could they not just push it to 338, holds as support, and then they run it later? It would be more surprising, I think, if they don't fill the gap and we continue to ascend. But man, that's it, man. I expect nothing. Okay, you got to hold this from lower prices and not worry about it. Understand, I'm okay with it going to 338. It's fine. 338 or not, 400 eventually, I think, right? That's, you have a plan, a thesis, a strategy, and the strategy never got stopped out, and even the worst points of the fear never triggered a stop loss. So you're just in it, holding, waiting for 400. Okay, remember just yesterday, you saw the highest level since May 30th. That's not a joke. All right, and the worst performer today would be Aapl because of, you know, a sell the news event. It's a sell the event, right? And we were talking about Japanese candlesticks just yesterday, right? And this could maybe be nothing burger, right? It could be just like they sell it today and they pump it tomorrow. But remember, what was the conversation on Aapl yesterday? Well, on Friday, we had with a candle close, a confirmed evening doji star reversal. What happened yesterday? A follow-through candle to confirm the validity of the potential evening doji star reversal. And today, TA respect, right? You get the candle, the follow-through, and then you really start drawing down, and that's what it's all about. That's learn your Japanese candlesticks. But, you know, yesterday we had also identified the specimen bearish divergence on the daily RSI, where you're overbought once, a slightly higher high on price, overbought again, but substantially lower levels, and that is buyer exhaustion by the book. Wells Wilder would be extremely pleased with this. So unfilled gap at like 229, 230. Figured that wouldn't be a problem to see. Like, go fill it, man. Go fill it, and then maybe it underperforms. Just rally off that. But we're just staring at data, okay? Staring at wave structures. And that's it. It's the worst performer, and it's just because of news and stuff. So, or like an event. Anyone? I didn't watch it. Anyone watch the event? I normally tune in. It's like once a year. I don't know anything they've done differently. Like, hey, man, it's like the guy from the 1950s. What is it, Mad Men? How about this? An iPad, but it's 6 times more expensive. And you have to pay for a stylus pen to write on it. That's Apple. That's been Apple for 15 years, man. That's Apple. So Tim Cook, Auburn grad, you know, well off its all-time highs. My God, dude, that was all-time highs was not in 2025, the day after Christmas, and it was cooked. So there you go. There are your Mag 7s. Let's my alert went off just shortly before the stream. Robinhood. Let's get some Jesus chimes, dude. All-time highs. You cannot stop this behemoth. It was the dragon, the exact same dragon that Apple had, but this is the superior dragon, the Robinhood dragon. Just completely making the Bitcoin dragon look like smog compared to Encalagon. You exceeded the 1272, 1414, 1618, the 2618 dragon upon us, 125.83. Insane. Just insane, man. Nothing here. Price discovery, insanity. Bye. And your quantum computing, dude. Rigetti, man. Look at this channel. Look at this trend, man. Mega, 8.68% candle, uptrending like a king, and you think 1734 is on deck. You break 1734, the gap fill 1855, and then probably got a date with all-time highs up here at the top of the channel, and then that January 6th high. There you go, dude. Probably 2144 coming on RGTA. QBTS, up, but not as much, but just kind of rectangling. Kind of maybe a shark pattern. Definitely a shark. I mean, not definitely. It maybe isn't anything. Maybe it's a Gartley. That might have been too deep. It looks about the 618. I mean, you could just say a random M shape, not in the greatest yes, 618. And then it was an 886. So you just have a Gartley, and they're pivoting the Gartley in the range. That's all right. Pretty cool. Remember, it all started Sharknado. All started humble, M-shape, classic accumulation, and then recapturing a key level. So that's how it started, and that's how it might be continuing. Can't stop it, dude. So your target, certainly, if this was going to play out, it's just going to be like $19 to $20. Again, that's it, top of the range. Wild. Okay, Alibaba. Up almost 4%, gapping up day after day. No surprise, man. We're waiting on 164. That is target 4 of the trade setup, the position trade back from August. Just waiting patiently. You did not see a fresh high, multi-year, multi-month high. Like, that's right above it. Like, if you want to see a fresh multi-year high, you got to break above 148.50. And then we could say it would be the highest price since like November of 2021, which is the everything bubble. Remember?
Hey Mitch, can we take a look at buy? Thank you.
Anonymous, thank you. Yeah, we'll look at Build-A-Bear AI. Thanks, dude, for the 20. Sure thing. Meta at highs of day. Google a little off its high of day, but still over 240. Amazing. Yeah, I think Meta might be the next one. Like Tesla, maybe. Like I think Tesla, you got the argument, but I don't know how long it'll take. Meta looks like it's got the gas, the reward to risk. I think it's got all the makings of an 850 in time. So, but Baba, yeah, just it all started the way they do. Target 1, target 2 and 3, and target 4. So just waiting, man. You just got to, it was like I thought down here it looked pretty good for like, hey, this seems like a good spot. Like it's like Wyckoff accumulation, the final phase, and now you're confirming the backup. Amazing. All right, Norwegian Cruise Line. Yep, having a good day today. Wow, like look at this channel. It all started with an M shape here too, but look at that. You're up against I haven't even touched this channel, right? I'm extending it out because you got to, but like you're just up against it. Wild. Oh, Valero was great at one point. It's still, oh my God, dude. Remember, never forget the recapturing and the reconfirmation. The old trade setup from January that hit the third target and it was over. It was literally the 1618, it was done. They recapture level the same. It was deja vu all over. One could have strategized the same way. I'm pinging people when this was happening. You were breaking the channel, and you were back testing the channel at the same time. You were testing the same level. Remember, this was not a joke. The reason why this was an old trade setup entry point was look left, the old 2018 all-time high. Yeah, and then they put in a higher low in August, and now what are we doing? Going for our highest daily candle close really since, my God, man, maybe July of 2024. So over 1 year highs on Valero. But this is, forget like that. It's all about 150. They slashed it, and it's probably going to 183, maybe even to all-time highs. So amazing. Amazing stuff, dude. You know, you got some semiconductors are up today, like AMD, but they're not really anything crazy. I mean, like, they lost supports. They're just kind of rallying here randomly, so it's not like that notable. IQ, China, remember, this is like old trade setup stuff. I mean, just, you know, highest price seen on IQ since October last year, but it was just, it all made sense down here. This is like where you're looking for failed selling pressure. You're looking for, oh, if they're violating the bottom of a mega trading range, it goes back years. Okay, we'll see what the sellers are made of. Let's collapse it to zero. Well, if the sellers are not able to collapse this thing with veracity, and then the buyers just start taking back over and showing evidence of accumulation, then you recapture the trading range bottom. A failed bearish breakdown can have serious consequences, and that's what's going on with IQ and Baidu, maybe even JD.com. We looked at that one yesterday. So, hype in chat for China, money printer go burr, even crazier than us, man. So, those are like your bigger gainers today, all right? Someone was talking about Triple D. I know it wasn't a formal request, but this is a trade setup, and it was because of levels, right? It's like the education is all we care about here. All I care about is being able to help you on your trading journey, give you insight into, oh, why? It's just like you're gonna ask. You're on your trading journey, and you're trying to learn more, and you're gonna be always asking the question, why? And the whole purpose of my stream is to try to answer the why. Why did Triple D look interesting, very interesting, in June, in July? Why? Because you were completing a deep crab at its HOP, harmonic optimum price, the 1.92. There was a type 1 reaction, and then a type 2 return, and then there was seller exhaustion that was extremely real. And it just so happened all of that was going on at the level where historically insane reversals literally always happen, right? When they recaptured 1994, we had a run to $8. 1999, you had a run to 732. 2003, look at that. It was the same effing picture, 2002 to 2003. They couldn't even test the support. Then they tested it on the lower low, and then it ran to $8+. Look, then 2009, it ran to way higher than that. My God, the 3D printing bubble. They didn't have much to go by in 2009. It was like, what's going to be the bubble, man? The next one, everything was destroyed. So 3D printing for a minute, but that's just where we are. You're just at the genesis of maybe a new run, possibly to at least 460, 670. $8 would be the big one. Okay, that's the hardcore target if it's really going to play out. So Triple D, man, the Triple D, educational as F, even if you weren't going to do anything with it. Okay, we did have a couple of requests. Let me knock them out real quick. Here are the futures. Look at the top left. It's unbelievable, like what they did. Like, you can barely see. They recaptured, and then they tested the support again at the lows on Friday. And look at you now. You're just holding. You're just poised for a new all-time high. Just ridiculous strength and resilience of these futures markets. It's godlike, dude. Dow Jones so close to an all-time high as well. NASDAQ futures is well off, but still trying, man. Still trying. Let's see here. 3D systems, yeah, it's the print, man. Is that a spring back test? Sir, it might be. It might be, dude. Raw Daddy 22. Thank you, man. Well, yeah. Spring back test. It was some sort of breakout and a back test of the breakout. Sure. Last week. And now they're trying to hold it. It's up 0.18% today. It's up 3.71% on the week. Anything given enough time above 1.9 cents is set up probably for a 2.8 cents again. Yep. On the daily time. This is the weekly. But the weekly is it's showing you like there is some sort of positive price action correlation to a level on the weekly. Daily, even, yeah, it looks great. Really cool to see how they took it down to the zone and then a bullish engulfing candle on the 5th. And look how they recaptured the key inflection zone on that day with the engulfing. And then the next day was what? That zone's top 2 cents was formally regarded as support. So spring back test of spring with a follow through candle to confirm that that bullish engulfing candle was real. It looks like so far it is real. So anything given enough time above 2 cents is probably just going to be a run back to 2.6 cents, these local highs. Yeah, you just got, what are you doing now? What are you doing? You're uptrending. Like, maybe we can conceptual. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Dude, it's, oh, would you look at that? How perfect is that, bro? It's like the demand line's so nice. Close enough anyway, like 1 and 2 and 3 here, and the 1 on the top. And then you get a test again on the top if you anchored it this way. So if you were in an uptrend, you would consider this oversold in the uptrend, right? The demand line, the price of the asset is hitting the bottom of the trend, conceptualized with the parallel channel tool. So yeah, but the great thing about that's really how you want to utilize channels and trends, okay? You have an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows consecutively. It's near the bottom. And as it's hitting the bottom of the channel, it's confluent with the historical inflection zone. So the meeting of two rivers, the crossing of two rivers is confluence. Is the term. My Stitch Fix alert just went off. I've got call options on that, man. Stitch Fix, Wyckoff accumulation. No one knows why the composite man's been buying it, but we will go to that right after this. So this means and what they'll do sometimes is maybe take it up and then they'll come down for a second low. And that's maybe when you can construct a good trading plan, strategizing a confirmation low, a local higher low at a support zone, at a demand line. That would be optimum for a swing trader. You don't have that. You're just getting one test, so it may not even be real. So you want a retest eventually to confirm that this back test of these two levels is real. If, again, just for strategy, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm saying that's what we would want if we were going to try to take a strategic entry, strategic stop loss, and know we have maximum upside potential with an increased probability of higher prices, right? Because you want confirmation lows. When you get confirmation lows locally, it increases your probability of positive resolution. First time, no one really knows, right? We don't really know it's real, but if we got a second confirmed test, that's when more market participants around the world will be taking bids because it's a lower risk entry. Okay, this is where scalpers come in, higher risk. No one really knows. Second time, it's lower risk. Okay, anyway, that's your flare. Thank you so much, Rod Daddy. I don't know if that helped, but doing all I can, man. Okay, Stitch Fix, real quick, because my alert went off. That's highs of day, I believe. Highs of months. Let's go. Highs of day up 2.37%. This one, I don't know. My calls, I know my calls are going to go berserk. I think we're probably going to 876. You're in you're in phase E. You're beginning phase E of Stitch Fix. Huh. I know there's this one high at $6, 607, February 2023. I think that's nothing burger. I don't think that's really a big deal. I think the bigger deal was probably 540. Now you broke it. So the upside from here, if it's real, minimum up to 20% because that high from December, and then if they're just gonna take it into, if the composite man's he's happy with his fill of shares, and they're going to mark it up, you got like 50% upside to the next big resistance. So very nice. This is a small cap, man. There's probably more out there like this. I know Blade was like, I don't know how Blade's doing, but Blade had a similar structure. Where is it? Why is it not showing up on my trading view? What, they delisted or something already? Blade. What? Anyone know what happened to BLDE? It's gone, dude. Someone tell me what happened. Did they change their ticker or something? I know I'm not crazy. Someone look into that for me, please. I'd appreciate it. I'm live right now, so. Sold to Joby? No way. What? What does that mean for Blade holders? Yeah, Joby was like ACHR situation. This one's good too. This one's like the uptrend began. They could take this thing all the way down to $10 and still be fine. I mean, they could take this thing technically down to 716. It'd still be amazing. It'd be a great value down there. Wow, dude. SRTE now. They freaking did it, man. SRTE. Huh? SRTA. Strata Critical Medical? What? Merger. SRTA. Joby owns it now. Okay, I don't know. They got bought out. Well, never mind then. Guess we'll stick with Stitch Fix. I think that's a win, though, you know? Big win. Bought their passenger business and flight lists. All right. Well, let's run to BBAIE. Build-A-Bear, or Big Bear, not Build-A-Bear. Build-A-Bear is a thing, though. Big Bear, interesting. You put it in a lower high. You've been correcting for most of the summer, unlike, you know, a lot of assets have not been correcting. They've been pumping. Everything. Hey, Nvidia is at highs of day right now. It's 170.60. You break 171, man, you got a 183 target. So, I mean, you're approaching a really key level. Okay, it's key level for a couple reasons. It's not just your swing low from 2022, first time ever. I mean, you see that 2022 high. You can see a test 2023, a reversal in 2024. Look at this test, reversal December 2024. It's been a resistance just this year. They broke it, it pumped, but that's why it's a big inflection point. You do not want to lose it because history shows you what typically happens if you lose it. There's a lot of downside potential, so you do not want to lose 453 coming. It's going to be tested probably, but it's also the 200-day simple moving average. You don't want to lose that either most of the time, typically. And if you do, you don't want to lose it for long. Like you did in April, you lost it, but then recaptured it. So I don't see a formal structure locally that would give me indication to believe there is some sort of edge, like it is implying that we're going higher soon. But yeah, I mean, you haven't seen positive momentum on histogram since July 18th, and you can see it just continuing to wane here. But yeah, I don't really see much here outside of 453. And that's typically not enough to say, all right, time to go long. But hey, you like AI. If you like uptrends, higher highs, higher lows, I mean, DCAing very small percentage points, you know, as it continues to sell off, maybe you would do it that way. But yeah, it's like a nice trend so far, but you did put in a lower high than the previous high. So that's kind of not great data. And then soon approaching. Let's see what the buyers do at 453. We know they have to defend it. So let's see if they do it. So it's just a wait and see situation on BBAI Anonymous. Thank you, dude. Those are the only 2 requests of stream. We got 2 minutes and Less than 30 seconds till the closing bell. If you're enjoying the live stream, please hit that like button, the bell, the sub. Yeah, just covering these markets for you. I know how it is, man. Like, dude, no growth, stream's dead. The traders that actually care about the markets are here. There's no hype beasts. Bitcoin doesn't do anything anymore. It hit all-time highs in July. It's been dead ever since, you know. It's been flat, up, down. It's been tough, man. Very tough for the live streaming aspect. But portfolio-wise, man, it's no big deal. Like, makes things not that big a deal. So, let's check out Oracle real quick. God. Rallying off its lows. Very good. Probably going to go test 260 again. What a trend, man. Bank of America recently made an all-time high. Oh, not an all-time high, but the highest level since. Oh, yeah, all-time highs. Yeah. So, yeah, these bank stocks, man, been ripping and roaring. I mean, this is similar-ish, in my opinion, really. Similar-ish to Meta, where, like, it's been uptrending, but it's been stalling recently, but it's trading above all-time highs, and it's just sitting there. So, and it's in an uptrend probably, like a channel. I don't know, something like this. It's probably what you got going on Bank of America. Oh God, anonymous, really? Why did that not go off? If it doesn't go off, I'll just read it out, but someone just tipped. I'll just look at that real quick because the NASDAQ just hit, wait, fresh all-time highs. Fresh all-time highs on the NASDAQ chat. Let's freaking go. The party is not over, nay. Job report revisions. 2.4 million fake jobs reported during Biden's administration. Forget about it, man. All-time highs. There is no more middle class. People have given up. AI's taken over. Doesn't matter, dude. Pump it higher. There it is, chat. Look on the lates. More all-time high, or more Jesus chimes because we hit an all-time high and the market closed. Bruh. So strong, dude. So think about what we just saw. We saw very strong stuff. S&P 500, highest daily candle close literally ever. That just happened. History. You're here with me, witnessing history. Guess what? Dow Jones Industrial Average, what happened? Highest daily candle close literally ever. Record close right now, just now, seconds ago. Spider, Dow Jones, NASDAQ, all-time highs, all record closes. What are you worried about? What are you upset about? What are you sad about? Life's good for the markets, not for the economy. The economy is pretty effed, I would imagine. You will own everything and be happy. That's right. Well, you know, not everyone. Most people do not have the luxury of owning equities or hard assets that appreciate, that outrun or keep up with inflation. Yeah, Nvidia closed at its highs of the day. Amazon had its highest daily candle close, or its third highest daily candle close literally ever. Highest price, highest close since early February. So Google obviously all-time highs on the close. They just keep winning, man. Netflix up here, my God. Let's see, Netflix was, I think it was a log scale. Yeah, your log scale uptrend on Netflix is just ridiculous, man. Going back to, you know, the conclusion of the bear market of 2022, it's just been a great trend ever since. It looks like it's going to be continuing soon. Super, super strong. Let's go to that GameStop real quick. I'm just all over the place. I don't really care. Yeah, look at linear scales. Just ridiculous. Look at that false bearish breakdown of the slanted head and shoulders. That's what they do it, man. That's why no expectations. And as soon as they recapture the neckline, you know, probably going to resolve way higher. GameStop reporting now, I guess. Probably screwed. No, it's up. It's up 3.5%. Let's go. Remember, this was just like sitting there. It's up 5% now after hours. Got an earnings bonanza up 5.6%. Currently trading at its highest price since June 11th after hours. And now it's not. Now it's only up 1%. Oh my God. That was extremely violent. Now it's down 1.7%. What the? It's literally all over the place. Up 2% now. Well, I think the people that would get the most people to get hurt would be an outcome of probably nothing happening. Of it like just, okay, it was earnings, it was reported, it was crazy, but then it ends up flat. But dude, despite it being a joke, a meme stock, whatever you want, it's got structure that is actually really good. And it's been there too. We've been on this. It looked like type 2, but they gave us maybe another one, like consecutive higher lows, like more than before. And anything above 2320 IMO is
Lift
a
bought to
huge
break
level.
out. Just announced going international earlier this month.
What's up, James B? All right, we'll go to Lyft after we get a little bit of this volatility subsiding on GME. About 3% right now. It was up 5+%. Then it was down 2%. It's just all over the place. If your portfolio hasn't gone up 50%, I'd say probably 30%. Because you're thinking, well, Michael Saylor thinks 12 to 15% a year monetary debasement. So I think 50% might be a lot. I mean, 25% debasement, maybe, but that's extremely, who knows, maybe. He just gauges 12 to 15% a year. So, which I definitely believe, and it might be like that too, for real. Okay, up almost 4%. So it looks like you're on the positive side of things, maybe. If the conference call comes in, I could see this thing getting smoked. But for now, you got a W going on GME, and the technicals will be respected if it goes up, because this is like all setting up for like probably $46 eventually. Like, not even kidding, dude. They just keep trying for so long to push the price lower, and they haven't been able to do it in over a year. The only thing that's been going on for 13 months now on GME is higher lows. That's it. There's not been a lower low yet in over a year. There hasn't been a lower low since April of 2024. So I think that's pretty good, man. So we'll see. See what happens. I hope the technicals are respected. Because that means, my God, the meme bros on Reddit, the Wall Street Bets people, they're going to be losing their minds, and maybe they're going to be enriched. Good for them. They've taken enough L's, okay? Lyft? Is it lifting, dude? There you go, man. Wow. Wow, how about that? Yeah, this thing, there's a buying campaign certainly going on here, dude. Yes. Absolutely, Lyft looks great, man. I don't know why I haven't been here. Uber, like all-time highs, you know? But this one, composite operator, for sure, it's confirmed more than before. Confirmed, bro. Yeah, no one asked about Lyft. I don't have my watch list. Put it on there. Dude, yeah. Anything above 1568, given enough time, is moon. Well, you got to say 20 to 2150. You have to. It's just a real level, just above you. But if you were longing this now, it's not equitable. If you were longing this between $15 and $18, it is not equitable to take profit at $20, $21. Unless you're like uber leveraged on some position, right? But I'm talking about just spot price. It's not equitable to take profit at $21. So you wouldn't be taking profit minimum until $30. The gap fill, that'd be your first target. Target 2 would probably be 37, 38. Target 3 would most likely be 47 Okay. So great request, James, because you're right. You're very right about what's happening here. It is something's going on. Yeah, I mean, it's tough because it had a good day, but I say it pulled back tomorrow. You could try to target it like this. Be like that. Like, let's say, I mean, even if, you know, you're taking a long now, it probably won't matter in the end if this trade plays out. Because you got 3.3 to 1, and then you'd have 5 to 1, and then you'd have target 3. Shoot, dude. 7.5 to 1. I mean, it would be like that. I mean, that's how you might be able to strategize here. It's a little tough because you are, but you're just hoping maybe in the next couple of days we pull back some, okay? Your stop loss would be below the 200 moving average. Your stop loss would be below the 1460 support. So it would be like that. It's not the best. I mean, it's good though. Like, it's very good. It's very decent, okay, for like just a common trade. So we'll do it. We'll do it live. Let's post it. So trend analysis and technical indicators. That key $14-15 level was recaptured and it's holding. You're above the 200. So you're good. Trend analysis and technical indicators. All you need on this one. Nice job, James. If we get target 3, you'll be a hype king. Unless you're not. Can't remember. Broke supply line. Oh, the Bulkowski bump. Oh, no, look at that. I mean, I see it had not broken that. But, hey, you break $21, which we know is not a target. You're breaking an all-time supply line from IPO. And you know consequences of that, how crazy that would be, dude. So keep that in mind. Have the chat. Why is GRT pumping? Because it's GRT, bro. Where you been, man? It's the future. You don't know the devs of GRT? It was on the license plate of the meth lab on Breaking Bad. Come on, man. How'd you not know? All right, have your alert set up above 20, man. It's gone. Had GRT doing things, man. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do things, and then it was doing it. It's crazy, man. You just never know. Look at that. Like, they just tested until you give up, man. They test, slightly lower, low, confirmation low, and just bam! One day. And you're still not making a higher high. But one thing you are doing is you are actually breaking the 200-day simple moving average. And it might be the first like close really above it since January. So that's GRT. Many of these altcoins are at these levels where we knew, yes, they're making higher lows, but on the top side, they're not making higher highs yet. They're skating along their very key inflection zones. We know, like, you're this close to a collapse maybe, but they're not letting it collapse. You can see, like, I'm not moving these zones, dude. Like, these have just been here for a very long time. And 1 and 2, and now pumping, but they're trying to break 10 cents, which is huge. Breaking 10 cents could have consequences to 13, 15, 16 cents. So there you go. All right. Well, man, I've been live for an hour and 10 minutes now. If you're enjoying it, hit the like button, the bell, the sub. My God, dude, Google all-time highs. Amazon, highest level since early February. Meta, looking poised for $850. Alibaba, going berserk.
Well, SRTA up 5% all.
SRTA, you bringing that up, but I see SRTA Medical. Strata Critical Medical. See, where's the other one? Which one, you know? Yeah, Strata Medical. This is the blade chart. You're right. Why is it medical? Yeah, it's the bleed chart. This one's not as, I don't know. Maybe it's a little off. Something like that. So you're in the midst of the backup, I think, on this one. Yeah, you're not out of the woods on this one yet. Doesn't look like, but dude, it still looks like something's going on. You got to break 435. You're not doing that even with the 7% candle right now. Bitcoin miners, no. Like Mara, they're testing a level, holding it. Buyers really doing what they could here. Look at this level, man. It's this 1469 level. It's everything. I mean, it's like how many reversals have come in here. Spring back test in October. You know, they're 1 and 2 here and just gapped up, but unfilled gap. You know, it's not really going anywhere. It's still lower than it was August 7th. It's just chopping around. Bitfarms, though, was great because it had the makings of a Velocity athlete, and it's following through now. Remember Gomi and the Citadel? It was at 24% today. But it all came off of a good old-fashioned shark pattern. A supply line broke. And look at you now, highest price seen since January. On the way to 188.206 probably. You break that, things going nuts. So yeah, some of these miners are doing things, man. Yeah, Mara is garbage, dude. Even though they mine Bitcoin, they buy Bitcoin and the reserves, all the things. Well, I got a new thumbnail. Let me add that real quick. One sec. Okay, new thumbnail is official. All right, chat. Well, I'll get out of here. Just want to go live, man. Like, look, dude, my stream's dying. I think it's an elephant in the room at this point. I don't know when I'm going to hit 0 concurrent viewers, but it's coming. Based on everything. I mean, 7.5 years, market analysis, education, centric. It's never changed. And I don't even get a stream anymore. I don't grow, my channels did. I'm now Matt Beasley. I am now Matt Beasley. But it took a long time to get there. But here, this is where we are. This is the state of things, and it's I try not to look at numbers anymore. I don't look at my YouTube studio, only to ban scammers. But man, it's depressing to do something so long and to only see it continue to dwindle into obscurity. But I mean, my portfolio is growing, you know? Like, it's not really that. It's just, I'm just being real with you. So, thank y'all for coming out. I'll be back. Respect the TA.
Go